Hello everyone, Race to Glory here, and welcome to the finale of our Season 1 career mode in this My Team car. It sure has been a very, very fun season for me to drive, and hopefully for you guys to watch. And I would normally start with recapping the whole season, because I would have hoped there to be a title fight, but realistically, Max Verstappen has won most of the races this season. But last time was one of the few exceptions, with us winning in Las Vegas and Felipe Drugovich bringing it home a 1-2 with Lando Norris spinning on the penultimate lap, gifting Verstappen the world title and making it a miserable double DNF for McLaren. Drugovich finishing P2 in that race alone, a 1-2 for us, has brought us within 4 points of Aston Martin in the Constructors, and I am very, very excited to see whether we will be able to clinch that 5th place in the title in the Constructors Championship today. But first things first, maybe a bit of R&D. We have secured all our parts for Season 2, but we still do not have much to spend it on. Our ECU succeeds. I believe that was a fuel efficiency upgrade, which it was indeed. We have 600 R&D, but nothing to do with it. But we will have a lot more as we head towards the race week and skip and advance the Pirelli hot lap. I've never really been a fan of those. And now we probably will be needing to take a penalty for Abu Dhabi. We haven't got the MGUH where to do that, so we will probably be taking a penalty in Abu Dhabi. But first, we'll see what the weather's like after quick practice, which we will do now. And the weather forecast dry, so as expected, so no rain in quali, which is again not really surprised. But the past 2 races we did have quite a bit of rain in quali in Brazil and in Las Vegas, but no one has made any upgrades bar us. We made a very small upgrade to just lift us a bit above Haas, but all the pack has just closed up to us so much since the regulation changes have come out. But now everyone's just plateauing and saving up, and now we, after practice, are buying some upgrades before Season 2. I've gone for an upgrade on the aero. I'm not going to go for an upgrade on the chassis or durability because I'll just have to adapt it afterwards and it'll be a complete waste. So we're just going to go for the singular upgrade on the aero, as now qualifying for the final time this season is about to get underway, and we are about to take a new engine outside the allocated pool. And we are going to take a 5-place grid penalty then for Abu Dhabi. I was debated a while actually about whether to take the penalty or not, or whether just to take another engine. But no, we are going to take a penalty for Abu Dhabi. Let's head into qualifying. First lap then in Q1, and it's not been a good one. You're about to see how scrappy this lap has been. It's been like this pretty much the whole way, and we are hoping for some improvements to this lap for sure in our second run. It's just not been the best lap. We couldn't just hook it up. Going wide at the final corner is just really summed it up as we crossed the line. We are 1:24.9, which is P3, but we dropped down to P16 as we were a second slower than Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, who was P1 at the time. As we start our second and final flying lap in Q1, this has to count because we are only P16 at the moment and just scraping it through. And so far, 2 tenths up Sector 1, but marginally up on Kevin Magnussen, who's in P14. So we're going to need to look for some big improvements as we head towards to the double straight here. My favourite parts of the track. We've gone out before everyone else, so not everyone has set their laps. As we come across the line, up to the line, we take it a bit tighter, I believe, this time, the line, and we gain a bit of time, and that's going to elevate us up into P10. And is that enough to get us through? No, it's not. Are we out? Oh, please tell me we're P15 or 16. No, we're out. We're P18 and P19.
What?
Us and Felipe Drugovich. my qualifying pace is just, my form is just gone in these past couple of races. For example, in Mexico again, when we got knocked out in Q1, just really, 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 it's unfortunate. But now let's head to the race with no more else qualifying to do.
Season. We're almost at the end, but we cannot switch off until after that checkered flag today. Let's try and end today's race on a high note.
Copy that, Mark. I will try my best, but from the back of the grid, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, but I will certainly try my best. The strategy looks to be a medium soft. The tyre does not seem too high, but I do want to avoid those soft tyres. We are starting P22 obviously because of our grid penalty, so that is going to be even more difficult for us, as I'm probably going to do a medium hard again. This car does like the hard tyres. I think the My Team car in general prefers the hard tyres. As we start the formation lap then from the back of the grid on the mediums, a medium hard is going to be our strategy, or possibly a medium soft, depending on any safety cars that come out. As we start the formation lap, then jumped the start a bit there, almost went into the collected Albon, but I think we are okay in terms of damage. It's now lining up to the grid one final time. We're going to be the last car to line up as we've come around the final corner, and we are now lining up. 0.4 as we now go to 5 red lights for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The last time this season from P22, it's lights out and away we go, starting from the back where we started at the beginning of the season, but it won't be for long. Just like at the start of the season, we go down the inside, about 4 cars there from P22 up into P13. It's almost 4 wide. Albon on the inside, no way he's holding that, and we've just squeezed through a lot of them, and we're up into P12.
That was easy.
An insane start from us, from P22 to P12. Just went on the inside where no one else was. No one blocked us. So then we make a huge dive bomb on Gasly and Ocon. Get Ocon. Can't quite get Gasly and Alonso, but from P22 to P11, just outside the points in a one sector, is a very successful start, if you ask me. Is now Gasly up ahead, going for the move on Fernando Alonso. We're going to try and go round the outside. No, not quite. Alonso goes defensive, and we're going to try and set up a move on him, get a beautiful undercut him, and go round the outside of Alonso. Now maybe Pierre Gasly as well. We've got the faster engine than the Renault on our left, as we're going to try and go round the outside of Gasly. He's going to come back at us though, and we're going wheel to wheel. But we hold it around the outside? Yes, we can, and up into P9.
Let's go.
End of lap 1, and we're up into P9 from last to P9. Wow. Hopefully that bodes well for the rest of the race. Our race pace has always been better than our qualifying pace as we start. And on lap 2, Oscar Piastri is right there. Valtteri Bottas doing an absolute madness in that Alfa Romeo. I don't know how he's qualified that high, as we seem to have got some front wing damages. We do exactly from lap 1, as we do exactly the same thing on Piastri that we did on Alonso, and we've got him as well. Bottas trying to re-overtake the Red Bull of Sergio Perez. Can we try and follow him through, or even better, go round the outside of him? Yes, we do. Bottas lost 2 positions there, as now Sergio Perez is up ahead. I want to go for the move on him as well. We're going to go down the inside of the Mexican and shove him so wide that we have re-overtaken him and got, not re-overtaken, we have overtaken him and got the position up into P6, end of lap 2. Wow, what a start for us. Insane. But will we be able to keep it though, because Perez is in a Red Bull and he's so hungry he's going to go for the dive into turn 1. Great clean racing from both of us so far, to be fair, as we're going to go on the outside, try and get the better exit, try and go round the outside, but we've run out of road and Perez has overtaken us. But will we, with DRS, be able to go back down the inside? Yes, we will. Late dive, but a crucial one for our race, and up into P6 again. Hopefully we can keep it this time. But Perez, I'm sure, will be wanting to swap these 2 positions. And there he goes. Then we go a bit wide into the end of Sector 1. And he's gone round our outside. But has he gone a bit too early? Has he been a bit too eager on the throttle and a bit too late on the brakes? Because now we're going to have DRS to come back at him. And he's right there, ripe for the picking. And we're going to gain on him. We're going to go for the outside. And that is a simple overtake. So P6 for us again. That might be the theme throughout this whole race, it seems, because Verstappen and Norris got vanished up the road ahead, along with the Mercedes, who are currently 1 and 2 in the race, with Carlos Sainz in P3, but with Verstappen in P5 now, he's been overtaken by Norris. One Red Bull loses a position, the other gains a position as Perez overtakes us. But can we, with DRS on the second straight, just like Perez did to Hamilton in Abu Dhabi 2021, come back at him in the next DRS zone? We sure are going to try. We're going to gain. Perez goes to the inside. We're going to go to the outside. Can we go round the outside of Sergio Perez? Yes, we can. Thank you very much. But we're going to go deep. We are going to go deep. And Perez, we're now going wheel to wheel with the Mexican. And can we hold it on the inside? We're going to brake a bit later, force him a bit wide, but is he still there? No. We are lap 7, coming around the final. Oh, there's a red flag. I was so surprised. I have no idea why this came. I was so surprised. I almost went into the wall. Perez has been putting so much pressure on us on these previous couple laps. Haven't been able to overtake us. But there's a red flag, and that ruins our strategy completely, because we can't go on the mediums to the end, which would be the ideal tyre. We're going to have to go hards or softs.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
And I think it's obvious. I think you all know what tyre I'm going to go on. It's going to be the hards. The softs are going to wear out way too much towards the end of the race. So the hards it is going to be for us then, but we're going to have another chance to overtake quite a few cars. And now future Race to Glory will explain why the red flag came out. Future Race to Glory here. So the red flag came out because of an incident with Alex Albon and I believe it was a Haas of Kevin Magnussen. Albon was going for the move round the outside, and Magnussen was trying to go for the move on another car. I'm not sure who it was, and he crashed into him. You'll see that on the thumbnail why the red flag came out. So that was the reason. And now let's continue with the video. So a new race strategy option is going to be the hard. So we've already said that. It's sort of written in the stars. But can we now jump another couple people at the start is going to be the question that I'd like to be answered. And hopefully it's going to be answered with a yes. As now we're going to advance and start the race. 5, red light for the second time. Here in Yas Marinas, it's lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets a good start but bogs down a bit as Hamilton goes over to cover Russell. We're going to go round the outside of Sainz and Russell and go up into P2, but can we get the P1? No, not quite. We were unable to go around the outside of Hamilton as well. It was previously Mercedes 1-2. We've gone from last in this race all the way up into P3. P2, but Russell will surely want to make that P3 as he is hungry to overtake us. He's on the mediums. He's gone for the preferred strategy choice, the fastest tyre, and he's going for the move on the outside of us. I'm going to deploy my ERS. We're already down to 30%, and we're going to brake a bit later than Russell, surely, and keep the position, but he's going to hold it round the outside, but I'm going to cut him off and not let him have any of that as I quickly check the tyres here for what everyone else has gone on. In general, people have gone onto the hards, but in the front of the pack, but the mediums are more to the back, as you saw that Lando Norris did DNF earlier on in the race between the red flag and the us overtaking Perez for P6, so we were P5 at the red flag, and that's the reason as lap 12 we make a beautiful switchback on George Russell. He's gone deep, we've re-overtaken him and up into P2.
Got him! Got him!
Keeping that position. Russell, you are not overtaking us there. A bit later on, George Russell going for the move on the inside. We're going to try and hold it round the outside of George Russell, and yes, we do, and keep the position. But now Russell will surely want to come back at us as we have the DRS. He doesn't, and surely we will be able to. Other cars are going to overtake him. Who's that? Who's that going down our inside? It's Russell. He's still someone managed to squeeze past the inside. We're going to force him out, not having any of that. And up into P2 again. Russell, we're going to do our best to keep this podium here. It'll be only our third podium of the season if we could. As Sainz going round the outside of us, trying to get Russell. He's got Russell, but he can't quite get us. But we've sort of blocked him in a way. And Russell, who was trying to go for the move on the inside, now defending from Leclerc. Sorry, not Sainz. And up into P3 he is. And now lap 13, Russell once again going for the move super early on us. And once again, we're just holding it round the outside, keeping that position. But this time he does have the DRS advantage. But with ERS, surely we keep the position, which we do. And now lap 15, Russell going for the move again. He's using his battery now, I'm sure of it, as he has overtaken us because we're using our battery and we're unable to keep up with him. But we can keep up with him in the brake zones as we're going to dive down the inside of Russell and up into P2. But we go a bit deep. Is that going to let Russell come back at us? No, because Fernando Alonso's overtaken Russell. Where has that come from? Alonso does not want us to beat him in the championship whatsoever. And he wants the position from us, as we're going to have to defend, go a bit deep. But surely Alonso's going to get overtaken by about 4 cars here. He's got no DRS. Russell does, and that's why he's overtaking us. We've got the DRS as well, though. And we are going to just come back at Russell and keep that P2. It seems in Abu Dhabi that we like defending rather than attacking. But now lap 18, the penultimate lap. A couple more laps to go. Russell's going to go for the move on the outside. We're going to go for a switchback on him. And we keep the position. Another switchback on Russell. A bit less impressive than the first one. But we keep the position. Russell's going to send it. He's not messing around this race whatsoever. But Lewis Hamilton leading the race by 26 seconds while we're scrapping for this P2. And we're still fighting with George Russell to get the move done. And now we're going wheel to wheel with him. Russell this time does have the DRS, but we have the ERS. We got the better exit, but he will surely come back at us on the outside. This might be his last opportunity to overtake us. He's gone for the move round the outside, and he's got it. But no, we're going to just try and hold it round the outside and keep the position again. Oh my word, is this going to be so tight on the last lap as Russell going for the move on the outside. As we think about now all our different races this season. P8 in Bahrain, P11 in Saudi Arabia with that insane wet to dry race. P7 in Australia after an incredible defensive drive, unable to hold on to P5, but we do finish P7. We followed that up with P7 in Miami, with Alex Albon just behind us, but unable to get Fernando Alonso. But our good luck did not continue, as we had to, as in Imola, we made a bad strategy call and ended up retiring from the race. But that did not let us stop us, as in Austria, we went in P7, we kept the P7 after we lost Canada. In Spain, and we just continued doing so well with that. In Spa, doing incredibly well, going from the back of the grid to P7. We've gone from the back of the grid to P2 today. As in Monza, we've picked up our first podium of the race of the season, and in P2 behind Max Verstappen. In Qatar, we finished the race in P7 as well. P7 seemed to be our lucky number, but it wasn't P7 in Mexico, as we finished P6 there, and followed up by with another P6 in Brazil, before in Las Vegas we came up to the line, an incredible race last time out, and won the prestigious race. What a drive that was, and what a drive this has been, as well as Lewis Hamilton is coming around the final corners right now. Russell is not going to be able to do it. It's lap 20, it's the last lap. Lewis Hamilton wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in his final race for Formula One before he retires. How poetic is it? Sir Lewis Hamilton, thank you for all the performances you've put on, not just this season, but every single one since 2007. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you drivers. We are going to come around the final corner. Russell's going to complete the podium. We're going to take the P2 though. It's going to be from last all the way up into P2 as we come round the final corner. Russell, no last chance for him to overtake us, and it's P2 for us.
Consistency was probably the key to it. It's being quick, and then it's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making any of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field. After an excellent performance of the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table.
So then it was
Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day? Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton.
So then it was P2 for us in the end, with Lewis Hamilton winning his final race in Formula One. How poetic it is, as we finished P5 in the Constructors by 4 points. So we did end up overtaking Aston Martin in the Constructors. How good that will be for when the prize money comes round. And it's Max Verstappen who wins the championship, followed by Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Lando Norris finished third in the McLaren, with Lewis Hamilton ahead of George Russell. Sergio Perez P6, Sainz P7, us P8, Alonso P9, Piastri P10. Then Albon, Stroll, Gasly were ahead of Felipe Drugovich, who had the 1 points finished, and the 3 drivers yet to score in this season was Nico Hulkenberg, Zhou Guan Yu, and Logan Sargent. In the Constructors, Red Bull won, followed by Mercedes, Ferrari, us, Aston Martin, and Haas. Bottom of this year's title race, as we have the department event, and we will and we just lose some resource points, so that's fine by me. We didn't exactly need them. But everyone, if you have enjoyed this part and this finale of Season 1 of my F1 23 My Team career mode, do make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out so much, and I'll see you guys next time for the pre-season episode of Season 2. See you guys then. Goodbye.